City administration is hosting a public meeting in 30 minutes about short-term rental regulations. KNWA's Andrew Epperson is live from City Hall to tell us how this could affect Airbnb hosts. Andrew, good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, like you said, we're about half an hour away from this, and City Planning Director Andrew Garner says the city's current ordinances go back to the 60s and 70s. That's before cell phones, that's before the internet, and that's definitely before Airbnb came about. So he says, at least from the city standpoint, it's out with the old and it needs to be in with the new. Shannon Mitchell is an Airbnb host in Fayetteville. She owns one of more than 500 short-term residential rentals in the city.
The space I'm not really using anymore since my children are grown and out of the house, so it's easy for me. I enjoy the hospitality aspect of it.
No complaints from neighbors, no serious problems with guests. Mitchell considers herself a quality host.
I've had guests from all over the world stay, and that's been a fun part of it.
The city's zoning codes don't allow for people to rent out their places in residential areas for fewer than 7 days, meaning hosts like Mitchell technically violate a city code that was implemented decades before Airbnb even came around.
Our codes would classify that as a hotel at that point.
City Planning Director Andrew Garner says Fayetteville wants to adopt a new code to help hosts like Mitchell.
It's just a matter of trying to align what's going on, I think, with the actual code.
The city doesn't enforce the violations unless there are community complaints, often seen with Airbnbs being rented out as party houses. This is another thing the city is gauging the public on in an open meeting about regulations Monday.
I do understand that other neighbors might be complaining about the guests that are coming, large groups staying.
But Mitchell says the average host doesn't fit that bill.
Most of the people I know who are hosts are like myself, where they just have an extra room or guest house or space that they can turn into an Airbnb.
Garner says he doesn't think it's going to take too long to get a new ordinance. He says 6 months is his estimation at this point. Some of the other problems that have been happening with Airbnbs, people posting their outback sheds on the internet, rundown properties, those are things that are going to be talked about at today's meeting as well. Live in Fayetteville, Andrew Epperson, KNWA Northwest Arkansas News.